I'm Mohammad Akbar Hassan, representing Briddhi Schools of Professional Schools of Knowledge. I'm going to discuss something different, and that is what he called rating yourself. And for example, let me tell a story. How a salesman is rated. Salesman is rated with his sales. How much he sold, what percentage of his target he achieved, how much the percentage that he achieved which crosses his targets, how much he explored the markets. These are the criteria that management looked into it to judge a salesman. To judge a salesman, these are the basic criteria to promote him. But what will happen, those who are sitting inside an office, sometimes we may say that it's a back office. So how you'll be rated? What efficiency you have? What percentage of efficiency that you have, that the management looks into it, gentlemen? And what are those? There are a few criteria the management looks into it. Number one, they want to see how committed you are to your job. Number two, they look into it, how devoted you are to your job. How efficient you are to a job. What quality of product that you produce. And that quality means there's no flaws in it. How organized you are. Are you a time manager? Are you managing time and committed to submit a project on time? Gentlemen, these are the criteria the management looks into it. So gentlemen, before a management judges you, you try to judge yourself. Before management looks into the criteria for your evaluation, better you evaluate yourself. Before management asks you what you do, better you ask yourself what you are doing. This is extremely important, gentlemen. Don't try to do the job. Don't try to do the job. Rather, try to explore your job so that you will come up with much better output compared to others. I always tell to my colleagues, don't do the job, better bring something outputs. There are many people who keeps on working, and at the end of the day, you ask him, did you finish something of those? No, sir, I'm working on it. They don't believe in outputs. They do the job only. They don't exist for a long time. And this is the reason why I always tell to my colleagues, know yourself. Judge yourself, rate yourself. Where you are and where you're supposed to be. What you're doing and what you're supposed to do. If you don't rate yourself and don't measure yourself, you will not exist for a long time. You will stand nowhere, gentlemen, because someone will push you down. Who is a smart character? Who is a smart character who always knows themselves? He believes in it. He always believes, I must be better than others. I cannot be common. I must be an uncommon. He tries to know his job as much as possible. He's committed to do the job as much as possible. He's devoted to his job as much as possible. He wants to finish a project before the times come in. He's a professional. He's efficient. He always does something new. He's innovative. A gentleman says, what I did yesterday, and if I do the same today, there's nothing improvement. I'm repeating again. A gentleman says, what I did yesterday, and if I do the same today, there is no improvement. Rather, I'm stagnant. So I asked him what he should do. What he did yesterday, I must do better than that. I must be one step ahead. Gentlemen, you must think about your life. Because job is a place where you can climb high, and the sky is the limit. And how you can climb high? Because with your efforts. With your effort, with your outputs. The management is not looking for work, they're looking for output. I'm telling you again, because I was the CEO of an organization. I never asked for a job, but I asked for an output. You do the whole job, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. After 3 days, you're submitting a job, and I find lots of problems, lots of mistakes there. Is it a job? Is it an output? It's a wastage of time because you have never been devoted. You're careless. I don't need you, gentlemen. Because you wasted 3 days' time doing all rubbish. You wasted 3 days' time cultivating rubbish. Gentlemen, what I'm telling you today, think about yourself. Think about yourself and think about a vision where you want to go. Let's have a correlation with it, within your vision and your word, and within you. There's a word. There's no rewards without efforts. There is no words without an efforts. You have to give more efforts. The more efforts you give to your job, more output will be there. Don't try to be alibi. The management will not like it. I had a colleague. Everybody left at 5:30. And he's the one, he had been working. So I used to leave usually my office at 8:30 because I have too many jobs to do. And always I find him that he's working. And he was in accounts. So I went to him and asked him, what are you doing? He said, I want to complete my job before I leave. Then I said, you are doing the same thing every day because you're going late home. He said, sir, yes, I do. I said, are you inefficient? He says, no, sir, I'm not inefficient because I'm committed to complete my job before I leave home. I want to complete my job before I leave for home. I don't want to keep anything pending for tomorrow because tomorrow there will be another new jobs to do. I smiled. I patted him and I said, can I go? He said, sir, please do. It will take some time to complete my job. I was proud of him. I was so proud of him because he wants to sacrifice his time for the company and for his work. And he was promoted at the end of the year. He was promoted. And whatever he did, there was no flaws in it. One day I called him at my office and I said, you worked always late. He said, no, sir. Because when everybody leaves, nobody disturbs me. I can quietly do my job and very precisely without any flaws in it. And that's the reason why I stay for a long time to complete my job and get prepared for tomorrow. I smiled again. Gentlemen, this is what we need to see as a management from our colleagues. How devoted you are. How responsible you are. How committed you are. And there we want to assess your efficiency rate. And that is what management do. Management want to see how efficient you are. Nothing more than that. We want to bring an asset to a company, not a liability. Thank you very much.